Hello and welcome to Farms.com Risk Management Daily Bottom Line for April 2nd, 2013. I'm Mark Luddy, and today we wanted to review the crop progress report that was released yesterday afternoon. So, before we get into that, we have a new 2013 livestock feed recommendation alert for today. Please see your inbox for the detailed email on that. So we'll start by looking at U.S. winter wheat. According to the latest USDA crop progress report released yesterday, U.S. winter wheat conditions nationwide for the week were ending March 31st was reported at 10% very poor versus 3% last year, 20% poor versus 9% last year, 36% fair versus 30% last year, 29% good versus 46% last year, and 5% excellent versus 12% last year. U.S. soybean came in at 16%, was reported as planted by March 31st. This is even with last year's progress at this time and the 5-year average. U.S. corn, this was not part of the crop progress report, but we wanted to update you on the progress of the planting. So this year's cooler weather has kept Midwest farmers out of the fields thus far. A few states reported yesterday their weekly corn crop planting projections. Texas State Ag Department weekly corn progress report showed 54% planted versus 47% last year. Mississippi State showed 44% planted versus 60% last year, and Arkansas saw 22% planted versus 56% last year. So the bottom line looks like it's going to be 2013 late planting season as Old Man Winter continues to overstay his welcome. In 2012, the first USDA crop progress report was on April 2nd, and 3% of all of the U.S. corn was planted nationwide compared to 2% in 2011. As of April 2nd, 2012, spring wheat was 8% planted, cotton at 7%, rice and barley at 16%, oats at 48%, and soybean at 13%. Historically, a late planting crop means a smaller crop, and an early planting crop means a larger one, but we always get it in. The grain markets are mixed across the board by midday today, with the wheat market up a steady climb through the overnight. Some of the support is coming from worse than expected winter wheat conditions released by the USDA yesterday. There is still a stark contrast between the conditions in the hard red wheat belt versus the soft red wheat belt. Conditions in Kansas were 31% good to excellent, while Oklahoma was 27%. As of today, there's no new grain basis feed or livestock marketing recommendations. In other news, nearby 2013 corn futures recorded its largest two-day drop on record at 93 cents a bushel, or 12.6%. This drop took back to in the May 2013 corn future to its lowest level since July 2012. Markets remain oversold, and some bargain hunters have surfaced, but any rallies will be sold. Brazil reported March corn exports at 1.6 million metric tons. This is down from February's 2.2, and soybean exports at 3.54 million metric tons. This is up from February's exports of 959,000. Coleman Sag lowered their 3-month corn price forecast to $6.50 from $7.50, and their 12-month forecast to $5.25 from $6. They lowered their 3-month soybean price forecast to $13.50 versus $14, and their 12-month forecast to $12.50 from $13 a bushel. Chinese State Grain Agency suggested the country's soybean imports through September 2013 may be around 58 million metric tons versus the USDA estimate of 63 million metric tons. Traders say the Brazil soybean crop estimate was lowered by Coordinator to 81.5 million metric tons. This is down 0.5 million metric tons. Top executive for Ukraine Ag Confederation expects 2013 Ukraine grain production at 55 million metric tons. That's up from the last year's harvest by 10 million metric tons. Most of the Midwest is dry for several days, but radar screens are showing some scattered rains across southern Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Harvest progress will resume in Argentina later this week and into the weekend as drier weather returns. Most of Brazil will see a good mix of rain and sunshine during the next 2 weeks that will favorably support crop development. U.S. packers will need hogs to finish out this week. The pork cutout gained 75 cents last night in very light trade and now sits at $78.11. North Korea's unstable leadership ups the ante by declaring it will restart its only nuclear reactor to produce weapon-grade plutonium. Some analysts say this move is just a ploy to get additional aid and security agreements with the U.S., South Korea, and its allies. That's all for today, and until next